All right, welcome to episode 41 of Adventures in Inbetweening. Today I am looking at a sequence from the 2008 film Speed Racer, The Last Race. I've edited out all the live action and dialogue here to focus on the animation. First shot here, you can see we've got extreme perspective. Look at all the vertical lines in the background. It's a matte painting, I'm guessing, and here we've got Speed Racer gaining really quickly. Camera's trying to keep up, but Speed Racer goes off screen. Camera now is going to follow. Again, we got the extreme perspective here, low focal length. Now the camera's overcompensated, and now it's coming back to keep Speed Racer centered in the screen here. Look at all, again, the vertical lines at the top and all the curved lines at the bottom. It's just a wonderful composition. Gives us a scale of the track and how massive everything is. All right, Speed Racer is going to be drifting around the track here. Listen to the music, how calm it is. Going off screen here for about 10 frames, coming around the corner. Now you can see we've got these trailing lights behind here. It's very Akira-esque, but they're also going to act like smoke. Once those lights have been on for a few frames, it's going to start to get wafty. Now here we've got a clear frame, and then everything is suddenly blurred because the camera was static and now it's moving abruptly. And that's leading us into this frame where everything is flashing and bright and we've got these just a few colors. And this frame here, which is, it's pretty much just an abstract piece of art. I mean, there's almost no detail to it except for a little bit of the car there. And then just for one frame as the car is going past us, we see the number 6 on the side, chromatic aberration, flies past us with a few more frames of the smoke. And I'm going to call it smoke because even though it's technically a light trail, it acts like smoke. So that previous frame with a clear frame and then it goes to a blur, we're going to see that a lot. We have a lot of these one frame clarity shots. Here we've got, it's very meta. We've got the car going over top of a screen that has the car on it. And again, with those light trails behind acting like smoke. And then here we've got this empty space on the left. This to me is the most beautiful scene in the sequence. See it again. It's just, I love this scene. I was talking with Nick and Christian and Conrad at the waterproof party on Friday about this scene. This scene brings tears to my eyes. It's just so beautiful. It's wonderful to look at, and it just creates such a it's an incredible contrast. We got these horizontal lines. It's like 5-6 frames before the car comes in. The car is interacting with the background. It just basically turns into an abstract painting. Everything's swirling around. The interaction between the character and the car and the background and these beautiful shapes that it's creating in 60 frames. It's just phenomenal. Love that shot. All right, here we got a few shots. The car is spinning around. Look at the one-point perspective, extreme stuff. The car is being led by the front wheel as it spins around. Now we've got all these crazy acrobatic physics going on here. Car's coming towards us, and all this light flashing. Look at all these light rays going on. Look at the silhouette of the car here. Boom! Car pops up in one frame. So there's these pile drivers that come out of the bottom of the car that kind of explain the way that the physics works in the car. And then that tells us that, hey, this is, see, it all makes sense. It works in the real world. Look, you could just pop up in the air like that because it's got these pile drivers on the bottom. Look at this frame looking up into the night sky. Beautiful contrast. And then suddenly everything all at once. Sparks flying everywhere. This entire sequence is all about contrast. We have very calm music, beautiful shapes, open spaces, and then suddenly crazy colors, craziness everywhere. Silhouette here is just staying central. Now look at this car coming up here. It's not even racing the other cars at this point. Now here we've exchanged those red light trails for kind of like a blue flame there. Got this abstract pattern on the track once again. Now here we've got this really nice diagonal red at the bottom, all these blurs at the top. We don't exactly know what that is. It's just colors blurring past. But then on one frame, everything becomes more clear. And then on the next frame, suddenly we see dozens of lens flares. Everybody taking pictures from the crowd. It's just this beautiful reveal. Just to, again, look at this big, beautiful empty space at the top, this reflection at the bottom that's offset. This is all in the live action movie. This is all intercut with close-ups of the driver, with reaction shots from the audience, with close-ups from other drivers. Like, I've just put all the animation together here. Look at it, how all the colors, all the shapes that are on here. And this animation it's there to support the human element, the emotion, but the animation by itself just stands on such a strong footing to me. Look at the camera has swept all the way around like 270 degrees here. Light trails coming off. Look at all the colors of the cars. Everything's so clear. Look at this orange car here, green car, blue car. Yeah, there's no repetition. Look at those light trails again, acting like smoke. Look at the blur. And then we're going to have a perfectly clear frame just for one frame. And then it's going to go back to blur. And here's callback on those lens flares. That's not an accident. This stuff is all very intentional. When they say on this one frame, we're not going to have lens flare. Or no, we're not going to have motion blur, sorry. That's not an accident. Look at these sparks being left behind for 3 frames. Look at this empty space here. Everything's so simple. Sets up the contrast for what's coming up suddenly. Oh, colors, lights, everything going past us. It's just it's almost like micro breaths that we're getting a chance to get in between here. Here we are, look at this again, 1-point perspective, all these vertical lines. Nothing is skewed in the background there, we don't have any diagonals. There goes the light past us. Boom, there goes the car, look at all these lights going away from us in perspective. Smashing the cars going around. Again, we're really close to the ground. We're on the ground in a lot. Okay, so here we've got Speed Racer's 2 main adversaries. Now we're going nuts with the light trails, acting like smoke. All this light, this isn't even trailing anymore. A lot of times this is leading what's going on. There's our lens flares. Look at these light trails. It's beautiful stuff. Absolutely wonderful. And the colors is sticking to certain color palettes and going off. Now here we've got these 2 cars playing bumper cars with Speed Racer. Look at all the light trails. We cut to the next shot. Everything's reset. All the light trails are gone. It's just letting us ramp up slowly, ramp up slowly. Now here we're showing that the other cars too have like that Akira light trail going on. So everybody's on an equal footing now is the idea. These other cars are just as powerful. Again, we're just a little mouse on the track. We're really down low. Speed Racer's going to go up on the side, right on the TV screens, in perspective. Everything's very clear and simple, going down to the end. Here's the other 2 cars. Speed Racer's going to jump off the edge, jump off the side, 20 frame shot. Here's a 10 frame shot. We just have that clear 1 frame. Everything else is blurred. 13 frames here. The pile driver comes down, 26 frames. The car gets shunted off to the side there, spins around. Now we're going to cut to here, 26 frames, another one. Now we're going to go to 46 frames, which is just a little bit less than double the 26. We're setting up a very metronomic beat here. The 2 cars are going away from us, smashing on the screens. The 2 safety balls come out containing the drivers. Then we can go to our bright orange explosion once we've seen that they're safe and our increasingly abstract. Increasingly abstract 1-point perspective we got going on here. This strobing is all intentional. Look at this wipe with the checkered flag, red and white squares here. It's just 6 frames. It all comes away to let us get to the low horizon line. Look at all these squares of the lens, the picture frames popping in the background there. And then we go here. Look at these perfect orthographic squares looking down, red and white squares alternating. Now we had that same shot that was 34, was repeated 32. This point it looks like a toy car. I got to think that's intentional. It's just all very playing with everything, playing with the whole sensibility. Everything above that line is all blurred. Everything comes into the screen here. Now we've got little bits of oil dripping, little bits of electricity inside the car, shorting out, boom. The car collapses. A little bit of smoke comes out. it's wonderful. It's just this is just to me so much fun, so much engagement. It's just all about telling the story in a way that is appealing to look at. It's not trying to do anything other than make beautiful art, in my opinion. So that's my take on it. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And here's the rest.